morning, Get Ready friends. It's our Field Trip Friday. Who's excited? Miss Jenna?
I'm excited.
Miss Jenna's excited. Just a reminder, parents, that today is our packet pickup for week 2. So be sure to come out to whatever location that you pick to pick it up and get those supplies today so that you guys are ready for Get Ready Camp week 2. We're going to do our good morning song this morning, and then we are going to get our field trips going. So all my friends on their feet.
Hello, how are you?
Hello, how are you?
Hello, how are you?
How are you this morning?
I am fine and I hope you are too.
I am fine and I hope you are too.
I am fine and I hope you are too.
I hope you are too this morning.
Turn to your neighbor and shake their hand.
Turn to your neighbor and shake their hand.
Turn to your neighbor and shake their hand. Shake their hand this morning.
Good job. So our first field trip today, yesterday we got to have some guests from the Elizabethtown Fire Department. So today our first field trip is going to be going through and getting a tour of a fire truck. Isn't that so fun?
So fun. So here we go.
Here we go.
Elizabethtown Fire Department's rescue truck. This truck's number is 2081, and this truck runs the city and the county for all of our wrecks with entrapment or special rescue functions. On this truck, this is where the engineer sits. The engineer is the person that drives the truck. You can see here, this is all of the switches. This is where we turn our pump on when we need water. We turn our electric on to charge batteries for our tools for extrication. And then come back here. This is where the firefighters who will actually be doing all of the work sit. You can see here they have their gear in the back of the truck. These are the seats that hold our air packs. So when we go into a fire, we have to breathe air. And in these seats, those air packs are actually mounted into the seats and brackets. And that way we can get in our seat, and on the way to the fire, we can be putting on our air packs, getting ready. Compartment. This is where we have our pump panel. This is where the engineer controls all the water coming in and going out of the truck. And we have multiple lines, and we'll be doing a whole lot of operations at the same time just from this one spot. This is where the engineer keeps all of his gear. So this is where I keep my stuff. And then we have small stuff like water coolers when we need drinks. And then this is more of the stuff that goes to the pump panel when I pull off lines to go in and fight a fire or a car fire or something. This is where we come up, get all our nozzles and everything else. We have extra hose here. We have cones that we can set out whenever we're on the road in case there's vehicles coming our way, so we can kind of block things off. This is another compartment with more tools in it. Fire truck is just a great big toolbox. So this is just a toolbox on wheels. We take everything with us. This is our tool board, and then on the back of this we have more tools. So we try to use every little bit of space that we have on a truck. And then we have a small ladder in here that lets us get up in attics and stuff. And then we have all these tarps, and these tarps are to protect the floor in a home where there's carpet, and when we go to do overhaul and stuff like that, we can put all that stuff on a tarp, carry it out, and it just keeps everything nice and neat. This is our ventilation compartment. So this is where we keep our fans so we can get smoke out of a structure once there's been a fire and the fire's put out. This is where we keep our chainsaws and other saws, and then we have lights. So, you know, whenever you're on a fire, sometimes those fires are in the middle of the night and you go see. So we have lights up here, we have fans and our saws. And then all around the truck, there are these little compartments, and these are the bottles that go into our air packs. And so you'll see those tucked away in little places. We have another one here because it takes a lot of air to be able to do that job. In this compartment, we have cribbing for car wrecks, so you can stabilize a vehicle. We have our master streams, so these are the bigger nozzles for bigger fires. And this is just oil dry. When we go in car wrecks, we're worried about fuel spills and things like that. This is how we take care of those things. And then here, we have bigger ladders. This is a 24-foot ladder. And then we have a hook ladder that's for a roof. And then we've got more tools. And so stuff all over the place. And then up here, this is where we keep all of our hose. And so we've got the lines that we pull off that are just hand lines for car fires or house fires, and we have supply hose. And that's what actually feeds the truck all the water from the hydrants. So when you're going down the road and you see fire hydrants, that big hose will connect to the fire hydrants, and that's what feeds the water into the truck. And then from the pump panel, that's where the water goes to the firefighters so they can do their job. This is our rescue compartment. So we have more stuff for stabilization. We have more cribbing. We have Kodiaks. This is another way that we can stabilize vehicles. And then these are the tools that we have. And these tools are an upgrade from some of the other ones that we used to use. These are all battery operated and thousands and thousands of pounds of force. So this is how we pull a door open or cut a car so we can get a person out if they're stuck inside of it. So that's what this compartment is. And then here we have more of those air bottles that we were talking about earlier. Another one here. And then this is our rope compartment. And each of these bags has rope gear in it. And then all of our rope is here. And so another function of this truck in the county is to go on all rope rescues, confined space rescues, trench rescues, and swift water. And that's this compartment. This is how we get that job done. So if somebody's in a cave or somebody falls off of a cliff or any number of situations that might occur, this is the compartment we come to solve those kind of problems. So we do rope rescue as well. And this is a lifting compartment, so we have airbags, just another way to pick up cars or something that might have fallen on somebody, and manifolds, and then we have life jackets to kind of piggyback on the rope stuff for the swift water rescues that we do. So that's this compartment. And this is the other side of the compartment. So we were talking about those hydrants and that big water hose. This is where the water hose connects so that we can bring that 5-inch in, connect to the truck, feed the truck with all the water that we need, and then all the water going out goes out on the other side, and that's how we pump our fire or car fires, whatever. And then in this compartment, we have extinguishers, we have our spine board for mobilization, and then the litter for hauling someone out, and then we have our Halligan and the flat-headed axe, and those are called the tools, and every firefighter is going to carry these into any fire that they go into. And then same thing with the extinguisher. Even if it's just a false alarm, we'll take these things with us. And this is the other side, and so you can see there just another view of the inside of the truck where the firefighters sit. And then I don't know if you can catch it, but in the back of the truck you'll see the webbing, and that's where all of our medical supplies are, because the firefighters at E-Town are also EMTs. And so on top of all of the fire responses we go to, we also make medical runs for people with cardiac arrest or overdoses or anything like that. And so we have the medical bags up there. And then this is where the officer sits. And he has his computer to sign us in and out. And this is where he kind of does his magic talking on the radio when we first pull up to a scene and kind of giving orders to everybody about what we're going to be doing. So, and then on the very front of the truck, the last part of the truck, more hose that we have. So just another cubby for more hose. This is what we'd use on like a car fire or a crash fire. And then more tools, and then we have our cue, and then the horns, which is what you hear whenever the fire truck's driving back, you know, lights and sirens on. And that's the fire truck for E-Town Fire Department.
Wow, that was so cool. How many of my friends have seen a fire truck before? I was so excited to get to go through the fire truck, and I hope that you guys were too.
Our next field trip is in a kitchen. It's in the kitchen at Back Home Restaurant. And so we will have Rachel in the kitchen show us around and just show us a few things. She might even make some food. So it'll show her washing her hands. It's really important to wash your hands and get them really clean before you eat or, you know, are cooking with food. So we'll go on to
Hey, get ready, friends. I'm Rachel. I know you guys learned about small businesses. So this is Back Home Restaurant. This is the kitchen. I have a ticket right here. So we're about to get some tenders, some pickles, and put them in this fryer. The freezer. Grabbing it. Big boys. For 7 minutes. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. On this one. This is where we keep all our hot food. This is where we keep the cold stuff in here. We have our ovens. We keep all our extra food down in there. And yeah, this is Back Home Restaurant.
Wow, that was awesome. So now we know how to get our hands really clean before we start cooking with food and all kinds of things. Next, we're going to have a doctor from a health clinic just tell us a little bit about what he does and a little bit about some of the tools that he might use when you come in to see him. So we'll go on to him.
Hi, Get Ready friends. My name is Bryant. I'm a nurse practitioner here at First Care, and I want to show you a few of the instruments that we use every day when we see patients that come into our clinic. So some of these symptoms have to do with sore throats or sore ears or eye problems. So we always listen to lungs first with our stethoscope and heart sounds, okay? And then to look in the ears, we may use our otoscope, okay? So we put one of these on the tip of that and look in an ear with our light. And then to look in the eyeball, we may use this little instrument that has a green light, and we get real close to look in the back of the eye to see if there's any problems inside your eye. You may have seen this before. This is a thermometer. It's called a tympanic thermometer. It's the kind that you put in your ear to get your temperature that way. And then lastly, one of the other instruments we may use is a pulse oximeter, something we put on your finger, and that measures the amount of oxygen that you have in your bloodstream. So those are some of the few instruments that we use every day here at an urgent care center.
Wow, that was awesome.
Now that we've talked this whole week about our community workers and how we love our community, it was so cool to have some guest speakers this week and to get to go on those field trips and see the fire truck and the bakery and the doctor's office. So now I'm going to do some closing announcements, and then we will do our goodbye song, and we will rest this weekend. Make sure you guys get lots of sleep, and you just come ready for Get Ready next week on Monday. So parents, just a reminder that packet pickup for week 2 is this afternoon at the designated locations and times that you can find on our Facebook. Also, reminder that week 3 registration will be posted this afternoon, and it will be open until Wednesday of next week. We love the Google Meet on Wednesday. We are so excited to see all of you guys and see all your kiddos and the activities that they've done, and that was just a really cool way to still get that interaction with them. And also with the packet pickup today, just remember, if you can, please bring your kiddos, roll the windows down. We love to see them and wave at them so that they can put, it's good just so that they see that we're real people and we're not just on a screen. Continue to send pictures and videos, and we'll do our goodbye song.
Clap your hands.